Students, education is not the learning of facts but the training of mind to think. With this thought, I, Pooja Garg, welcome you all in my mathematics class for class 10th. And in this session, I am going to continue chapter number 2, polynomials. And here I am going to discuss few questions based on the previous concepts. Before going to start, do like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and don't forget to press bell icon so that you will not miss out any upcoming notifications. So in this video I'm going to discuss exercise number 2.2 from NCERT book. So let's start. Students, keep calm and we'll do the maths. So students, I am going to continue this topic with by recalling few points which we already discussed in previous part, that is part number 3 of chapter number 2, polynomials. So here you can observe the type of the polynomial, standard form, number of zeros, and the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So here the very first one is linear polynomial and its standard form is ax plus b, where a is not equals to 0, number of zeros is 1, and the relation is alpha is equals to minus b upon a, where b is constant term and a is a coefficient of x, right? Now here you can observe second is quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c, again a is not equals to 0, number of zeros 2, and the relation is sum and the product of zeros. So sum of the product is minus b upon a and product of zeros is c upon a. Now the third one is cubic polynomial. In this, the standard form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not 0 and number of zeros 3, and here we have three relationship between the zeros of the polynomial. So here first is sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b upon a. Second is sum of the product of two consecutive zeros, that is c upon a. And the third one is alpha into beta into gamma, means product of zeros, that is minus g upon a. And if you remember, we discussed quadratic and the cubic polynomial equations when alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros or the roots. So here you can see the quadratic polynomial whose zeros are alpha and beta. So it is k bracket x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta, where k is any arbitrary constant. In the same way we have for the cubic, that is k in bracket x cube minus sum of the zeros into x square plus sum of the product of two consecutive zeros into x minus product of zeros, again k is a constant. And here we can write these equations without these expressions without k also. So I'll tell you when we need to put the value of k and when we don't require any value of k. So let's have a look. We'll see few examples. And here basically in this we have right now three different type of questions, so which I'm going to discuss with you. The very first type is, just we have to find the zeros of the polynomial, this 5t square plus 12t plus 7. This polynomial having one variable, that is t, so we are going to let it as pt. Fine. And we need to verify the relationship as well. So first of all we are going to find the zeros, means I am going to use here splitting middle term method and finding the factors of the given polynomial pt. So let's start here. The very first term is same. Now I am going to split this middle term so that the sum of the terms I'll get it as 12t, but the product of those terms I will get it as 35t square, means the product of first and last term, right? So here you can see I split it as 5t plus 7t and last term as it is. Now we are going to use grouping method. So first we take first two in one group, take common, then take last two in one group and take common, 7 as common. So I left with 5t plus 7 and t plus 1. Now for finding the zeros I am going to equate it with 0. So when we are equating them with 0, it means either this is 0 or t plus 1 is 0, or we can say that either t is minus 7 upon 5 or t is equals to minus 1. So very first part is over, that find the zeros of the polynomial. Now we need to verify this relationship as well. So for that what we will do, we will let it as alpha and here this as beta. Now for this I'm going to first find sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros means alpha plus beta. So when we add these two, we will get it as minus 12 upon 5. In the same manner, if I'm going to use a relationship, sum of the zeros as minus b upon a, and you know what is b? Here you can observe, if I'm comparing the values with the standard form, so A value is 5, B is 12 and C is 7, constant term. So here if you will put the value, so what will get it as minus 12 upon 5. So you can observe both are same, means verified. In the same manner we can verify product of zeros. Product of zeros means alpha into beta, that is minus 7 upon 5 into minus 1, that is 7 upon 5. Also we can use a relationship, that is C upon A, then put the values of C and A, that so we'll get it as 7 upon 5. In this case also we are getting same, hence verified. So it means we should always get it as same. Suppose you are getting is different, means you did some mistake in it. Now the second type is this one. Here find the quadratic polynomial whose sum of zeros is 8 and the product of zeros is 12. This is second type. So under this case what we will do, again we will let it as a polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c, and alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. Now according to question, what is given to us? That sum is 8 and the product is 12. Now according to this, quadratic polynomial is what? X square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of zeros. Simply you put the values of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. So final answer is x square minus 8x plus 12. Now the third type, in this case find the quadratic polynomial whose zeros are this and this. Means this time we don't have sum or the product, just simply we have the zeros, means we can let it as alpha and beta. But for finding the quadratic polynomial I need to find sum and product, so we will find it out separately. So here's the starting is again similar. Let the polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c and alpha and beta be the zeros of this polynomial. So let it as this as alpha and this as beta. Now we need to find sum of the zeros. Means this plus this, what do I get when we solve this? We'll get it as 10. And product of zeros, here we can use identity a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square. So when we solve, we'll get it as 7. Now simply put the values of alpha plus beta in and alpha into beta. So final answer is x square minus 10x plus 7. Now I am going to discuss exercise number 2.2, and the very first question in the exercise part from our NCERT book is this. Now you can observe, see the very first question, find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship. Though we already discussed how we can find it out, so you can see the very first part, x square minus 2x minus 8. So again I am going to start, and you can see here a value is 1, the b is minus 2 and c is minus 8. Now let's start. Let the polynomial be px. So again I am going to use splitting middle term, that is x square minus. Now I need to split this middle term so that I'll get it as, when I add or subtract, I'll get it as minus 2x, but when I multiply, I will get it as minus 8x square. So let's start here, x square minus 4x plus 2x, plus minus minus, that is minus 2x, and minus 4x into 2x is minus 8x square. And here this minus 8 as it is. Now we are going to use grouping method. So we will get two factors, that is x plus 2, x minus 4. Now for zeros I am going to equate them with 0. So it means either 2x plus x plus 2 is equals to 0 or x minus 4 is 0. It means x is minus 2 or x is 4. Let it be as alpha or beta, means I got the zeros now. First part is over. Secondly, I need to verify. So in the same manner we are going to verify this. So you can observe now sum of the zeros means alpha plus beta, means minus 2 plus 4 is plus 2 means 2. And sum of the zeros by using relation, that is minus b upon a, minus as it is, b value is minus 2 upon 1. So it gives 2. Both are same, means verified. Same way we can show product of zeros, that is alpha into beta is what? Minus 2 into 4 means minus 8, and product of zeros is c upon a as minus 8 upon 1 means minus 8. Again same, means verified. Now the second one is, second part in the same manner you can try. Now this polynomial is in one variable, that is s. Now we can let it as ps. So please try it by your own. Now see the third example. 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. Now you can see as it is a quadratic polynomial but it is not in a standard form. Means for a starter we always need a quadratic or any polynomial in its standard form. So shall we convert in the standard form? Yes. So here let this px as 6x square minus 7x minus 3, where the value of a is 6, value of b is minus 7, value of c is minus 3. So again I am going to use splitting middle term method to find the factors. You can observe. So here after using that method we'll get it as 3x plus 1, 2x minus 3 are as two factors. Now equate them with 0 for finding the zeros of the polynomial. So either this factor is 0 or this factor is 0. It means the value of x is either minus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 3 or 3 by 2. Now we are going to verify. So in the same manner we will do verification. So you can observe now. Sum of the zeros as alpha plus beta, which is equals to, when we add these two I'll get it as 7 upon 6. Same way minus b upon a we can use the relation. We'll get it as 7 upon 6. Hence verified. In the same manner we can show product of zeros. Please look. So yes, in this case, in both the cases we are getting it as minus 1 upon 2. Hence verified. So here this is third part. Now you can see another part. That is fourth part. Now you can observe here we have only two terms, 4u square plus 8u. So we don't have any constant term, so we can let it as be 0. So it means if I'll compare the value of a, b, c, so a is 4, b is 8 and c is 0. Now I'll let it as pu because the variable I'm using here u. So here how to find the factors? So simply I use HCF method, means I'll take common first of all. So here 4u is common. What is left? U plus 2. Yes. Now for zeros equated with 0, right? Now either 4u is 0 or u plus 2 is 0. It means u is 0 or u is minus 2. Now I got the values of alpha and beta. Let this be as alpha and this be as beta. Now you can see the verification part. Verification is almost similar as we have done in previous question. Now let's move on the next part, that is fifth part, that is t square minus 15. Now let this as pt as t square minus 15. Now again you can observe here the value, the term which contain t is missing, right? So it means a is 1, b is 0 and c constant term is minus 15. Now I need to find the factor. So here can I write this root 15 as root 15 square? Yes. Now we can use identity a plus b into a minus b. Now for finding zeros, equate them with 0. So I'll get t as either minus root 15 or root 15. So see now verification again in the similar way. You see the verification. The sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta, we get it as 0. Sum of the zeros by using relation minus b upon a, that is 0 upon 1 means 0. And the product is minus 15 in both the cases. Hence verified. Now see the next one. Now see the last part. 3x square minus x minus 4. Please try it by your own in the same manner. Now see the second question. Find the quadratic polynomial each with the given numbers as the sum and product of zeros respectively. Means here numbers we have, the very first one is sum and the second one is product. Means this is second type here, basically the second question based on the second type. Now you can observe what we'll do. Yes, we will let a polynomial ax square plus bx plus c and alpha and beta be the zeros. Now according to question, what is given? Alpha plus beta as 1 upon 4, alpha into beta as minus 1. So we know that we need to find the polynomial, so we can directly let this as x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. But you know here why I put k, because here alpha plus beta is 1 upon 4, means I have some value in denominator. To remove that denominator we need to put the value of k. So first you put these values as it is, alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. So when we take LCM we'll get it as 4 here and here 4x square minus x minus 4. Now I need to put the value of k as 4. So when I put k as 4, this 4 and 4 will cancel out. So ultimately what is left with us? 4x square minus x minus 4. So in this way we can use this k. Right? See the second part now. Root 2 and 1 upon 3. Now root 2 I'll take it as sum and alpha into beta as 1 upon 3. And again the polynomial is this. Now see the next here. So if I want to find the quadratic polynomial, again I'll take with k because I have denominator. So here x square into alpha plus beta into x plus product of 0. So just put the values, take LCM. LCM is here 3. So when I'll solve it, I'll get it as 3x square minus 3 root x plus 1. Now in this case, I'm going to put k as 3 to remove this 3. So final answer is 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. See the next one now. 0 and root 5. Now alpha plus beta is 0. Alpha into beta is root 5. Simply we'll put this equation. This polynomial quadratic as x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Put the values. So here 0 into x means 0 only. So final answer is x square plus root 5. See now more parts. We have 3 more parts. So you can note it down and try to do by your own. So here we have completed this exercise. In next video we are going to discuss a new topic, that is division algorithm.
Students, kindly check PDF of notes of chapter number 2 polynomials attached in description box of each video on YouTube channel.